I remember when I first started painting, I got back from the art store with my paints and my canvas, and then my very next question was, what do I paint? In painting, like in any other discipline, there are certain rules and principles that we can use to help create our art to make it look awesome. In this video, I want to discuss color harmonies and how you can use color harmonies as a beginner abstract painter to make your paintings even better. I'm Mark, welcome to the Art with Mark YouTube channel, where I'm learning to make, market, and monetize art, and I want to share everything that I learned with you. When you first start painting, it's easy to get your paints and just want to start putting paint to canvas and just making something happen. And I'm all for that. In fact, I encourage that, I support that. It's more important to act than anything. Once you start acting, you get that momentum going, and then you discover things that you need to know to make your paintings better. If you're already at that point where you're like, okay, I've started painting or I'm ready to paint, but I don't know what to paint, the very first thing I would recommend doing is learning about color harmonies and challenging yourself to use a particular color harmony in your abstract painting. To start with, let's go ahead and go over some basic color harmony options. To do that, we're gonna go ahead and hop into Procreate. They have a great feature that really can help you get a good handle on various color harmonies that are available for you to choose from. So to start with, we have the Complementary Color Scheme. So this is where you have two colors that are opposite of each other on the color wheel that basically accent and complement each other. So this is a really great way to create contrast in paintings. There's lots of really great ways to use complementary colors. You just have to experiment with them and get a use for how to use them. All right, and then next, after the complementary color scheme, we have the split complementary color scheme. So this is basically where you take a complementary color scheme. So before we had, let's go back to complementary, we had this sort of purple and yellow color here. And then when we switch to split complementary, it takes away the yellow and it gives us the two colors that are right adjacent to the color yellow that we had before. So we have this light green and this light orange here to choose from. So that's our split complementary color scheme. After our split complementary color scheme, we have the analogous or analogous color scheme. This is personally one of my favorite color schemes to use. This color scheme right here is in fact one that I believe I've used before. So you have a light blue and then a darker blue and a purple. All right, so analogous color schemes don't have to be just three. You can keep going around the color wheel. In fact, this is something you see a lot of artists use, and basically once you learn these color schemes, you start to see them everywhere. Not just other artists using them, you'll notice them in TV shows and just basically anywhere where there's something that has a really well-designed visual appeal to it. Beyond that, next we have the Triadic Color Scheme. This is one that I personally have not used that much, so I may try to use it for this challenge that I'm about to issue at the end of this video. Stay tuned for that. All right, so we have the Triadic Color Scheme, which is where you take three colors that are evenly spaced around the color wheel, and it creates a triangle or a triad. All right, so that's the Triadic Color Scheme. And then finally we have the Tetradic Color Scheme. There's actually two different variations to this. The one that you actually see here on the screen is the square Tetradic Color Scheme, where you have four complementary colors directly across from each other that formulate in a square across the color wheel. And then the other type of Tetradic Color Scheme that we do not have to show you in the program is the rectangular Tetradic Color Scheme. This also functions off of complementary colors, so you want to take two complementary colors directly across from each other in such a way that it formulates a rectangle on the color wheel. And then the last one that we also do not have to show you in the program, which actually you can just kind of make up by choosing any color, is the Monochromatic Color Scheme. This is where you only use one color and use different variations of hues and saturations of that color throughout your entire painting. So, with all of the color schemes covered, today we are going to issue a challenge. Now, I've noticed in the past few years, that there's a lot of different types of art challenges out there for artists to try to push their skills, something that'll get them motivated, but there's not a lot of abstract art challenges. This is going to be the first of many abstract art challenges to come. Let's discuss the Color Harmony Abstract Painting Art Challenge. It is exactly what it sounds like. I want you to choose one of the color harmonies that we discussed in this video and make your next abstract painting based solely off of that specific color scheme. So whether you choose a split complementary color scheme, analogous color scheme, one of my favorites, or just a complementary color scheme, I would love to see anything you come up with as a result of this challenge. If you want to share it with me on Instagram, you can find me at learningartwithmarc_. That's learningartwithmarc_. I'm going to put it somewhere on the screen down here for you. Cool. And if you got any value out of this video, or if you're feeling particularly excited to take on this challenge, hit that like button. It really helps me out a lot. Before you take off, check out this abstract playlist right here with more abstract art techniques for you to try.